All right, listen up. If you're even thinking about retiring in the next, say, 3 years, you need to hear this. We're going to talk about the one decision that's going to shape your income pretty much forever. And honestly, most people completely mess this up. So let me ask you something. Do you know down to the penny what your first Social Security check is going to be? I'm not talking about a ballpark figure. I mean the exact number. Because once you claim it, that's it. It's locked in for good. But here's the thing. Even if you do know that number, you're still asking the wrong question. You see, that check isn't just a check. It's like the first domino. The minute you cash it, it starts this chain reaction that bumps right into your IRA, messes with your tax bracket, and can even jack up your Medicare premiums for the rest of your life. So the real question isn't how much is the check? It's do you have any idea how all these things connect? Yeah, I actually call this the four-system problem. It's this idea that most of us, we think about our money in little boxes, right? Like, this is my IRA box. This is my tax box. But your Social Security claim, it's the one thing that connects them all. And believe me, the stakes here they're huge. Let's just start with the money, the sheer dollars and cents involved. Okay, just look at these numbers. The decision of when you pull that trigger, it's not just a big deal, it is permanent. Let's say your full benefit at 67 is $2,300. If you jump the gun at 62, boom. You've just given yourself a 30% pay cut for life. But what if you wait? What if you hold out till 70? You get a permanent raise. We're talking over $2,800 a month. And that difference? Oh yeah, it adds up fast. So what does that really mean in the long run over a normal retirement? We are talking about nearly $300,000. Just let that sink in for a second. $300,000. And you know what? That's not even the whole story. That number's actually low. Why? Two words: inflation. See, your yearly cost of living raises, they're calculated based on your starting benefit. So the higher you start, the bigger those raises are, every single year. Okay, now we get to the secret sauce. This is the part that I swear almost nobody knows about. There's this little slice of time right after you retire, but before you start taking Social Security. I call it your golden window. And it's this incredible opportunity that most people just let slip by. They waste it because they don't even realize it's there. We're talking about the gap years. Think about it. You've stopped working, so that W-2 income is gone, but you haven't started Social Security yet, and those required minimum distributions, the RMDs the government makes you take from your IRA later, they haven't kicked in either. This creates this perfect little vacuum where your taxable income is the lowest it will ever be again. This timeline shows you exactly what I'm talking about. See that window? Right there. It cracks open the day you leave your job, and it slams shut the second those government-mandated income streams turn on. And the whole game, the entire strategy, is to use that precious time to shift money, to move it from the tax later bucket to the tax never bucket. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. This is where it gets really cool. So check this out. In 2026, if you're single and over 65, you get more than $24,000 in deductions. What does that mean? It means you can move that much money from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA and pay, get this, zero tax, nothing. And then you can keep going all the way to the top of the 12% tax bracket. Add it all up, and that's over 71 grand you can move into a tax-free account, all at a super low rate. And if you're married, the opportunity gets even better. It's basically double. If you're both over 65, your deductions are almost 50 grand. That lets you convert over $140,000 in 1 year and still keep your tax bill in that nice low 12% bracket. It's a massive opportunity, but you gotta know it's temporary. So let's talk strategy. This whole Roth conversion thing, it's not just about saving a couple of bucks on taxes today. No, this is about taking control. It's about reshaping your financial future so you're the one calling the shots on your income and taxes for life. So why go through the trouble? Well, think of it like a Swiss Army knife for your retirement. Every dollar you convert does 4 amazing things at once. First, the government can never force you to take it out as an RMD. Second, it doesn't count against you when the IRS is deciding how much of your Social Security to tax. Third, your kids can inherit it completely tax-free. And fourth, you're diffusing that big old tax time bomb ticking away inside your traditional IRA. Okay, quick aside, but this is super important. If you're thinking about working part-time in retirement, you have to know about the earnings test trap. It's a real gotcha.
If you claim Social Security early but you're still earning money, the government will actually claw back some of your benefits. The solution? It's simple. Just don't claim until you hit your full retirement age. The whole problem just disappears.
And this all ties back to what we talked about at the beginning, the 4 systems. Making this one strategic move, doing these Roth conversions in the gap years, it has a positive ripple effect on everything. It lowers the tax on your Social Security, it shrinks your future RMDs, you lock in a low tax rate now instead of gambling on the future, and crucially, it helps you dodge those nasty Medicare premium surcharges later on. It's one move, 4 massive wins.
All right, I know this can sound a little theoretical, so let's make it real. We're going to look at 2 different retirements, 2 totally different paths, and it all hinges on this one decision. The path where you do nothing and the path where you take control. Okay, for all the married couples watching, I need you to lean in for this one. This is so important. When one spouse passes away, the survivor gets to keep the bigger of the 2 Social Security checks. The smaller one, it's gone, forever. So for the higher earner, your decision on when to claim isn't just about you. You are literally setting the minimum income your partner will have to survive on, maybe for decades. And let's put a number on that. What is that decision worth? Just by waiting from 62 to 70, the higher earner could be leaving their surviving spouse with an extra $243,000. It is truly one of the greatest financial acts of love you can provide for your partner. So there you have it, the 2 paths. Path number 1 is the default path. It's what happens if you just let things happen. You claim early, you ignore the gap years, and you get slammed later with huge RMDs, higher taxes, and potential Medicare penalties. Then there's the strategic path. You're proactive. You delay Social Security, you use those gap years, and you set yourself up for retirement with more income and way less stress from taxes. So let's fast forward. You're 73, and you took the default path. What does life look like? Well, your Social Security check is permanently smaller. That giant IRA you were so proud of, it's now a tax time bomb that's forced to go off every year, creating a cascade of taxable income. And all that income means up to 85% of your Social Security is also taxed. And you're constantly worried about getting hit with Medicare surcharges. All the systems are working against you. Now let's flip the script. You're 73 on the strategic path. Life is different. You're getting the absolute maximum Social Security check possible, inflation adjusted, for life. Your old IRA is smaller, so the RMDs are no big deal, but you've got this beautiful, big, tax-free Roth IRA you can tap anytime you want. Your taxable income is low and totally under your control, which means your Medicare premium is right where it should be. You didn't just play the game, you changed the rules. You made the systems work for you.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do you get on that strategic path? This isn't just a nice idea. There is a concrete step-by-step checklist to make this happen. But before we get to the checklist, let's just knock out the 2 biggest objections I always hear. First, I can't afford to wait for Social Security. I need the money. And the answer is that traditional IRA you have, that's your bridge. Use that to fund your life during those gap years. The second one is, but what if they cut benefits? Look, if cuts happen, they'll likely be across the board. A bigger starting number is still a bigger number. And besides, that big Roth IRA you built, that's your hedge. It's income that has nothing to do with Social Security. All right, here we go. Your 6-step action plan. Step 1, get your real, actual numbers. Go to ssa.gov and download your statement. Step 2, figure out your window. How many gap years do you have between your retirement date and age 70? Step 3, do the math. How much room do you have in that 12% tax bracket each year? Step 4, project your RMDs. See what they look like with this plan versus without it. 5, model the tax. See for yourself how much less of your Social Security becomes taxable. And finally, step 6, check the Medicare IRMAA numbers. Make sure your plan keeps you safely under those surcharge thresholds. This is how you turn this from a concept into a real personal plan. Look, at the end of the day, it's really this simple. All these systems, the IRS, Social Security, Medicare, they're just going to run on autopilot. They don't care about your specific situation. The window to make them work for you instead of against you is open right now, but it is closing. So the question is, are you going to proactively shape your retirement, or are you just going to let it be shaped for you?